Ever notice how long you've been waiting for someone to discover your potential? For the perfect mentor to guide you? For the magical course that solves everything? What if I told you that feeling in your chest right now isn't disappointment? It's power waiting to be claimed. Because here's the truth your inner child has been terrified to face. No one is coming to save you. And that realization is the most liberating gift you'll ever receive. When I realized no one was coming to save me, not the perfect mentor, not the ideal relationship, not the flawless morning routine, everything changed. Today I'm going to walk you through the shadow narrative that's keeping you in a waiting room of your own life, and the 5-step blueprint to reclaim your sovereignty. Because you weren't born to be saved, you were born to become. The rescue fantasy. There's a shadow narrative running through the feminine psyche, one that's been reinforced through every fairy tale and societal expectation. Someone else holds the key to your transformation. This shows up as waiting for the right time to start your business, needing more credentials before speaking your truth, seeking endless validation before making decisions, and consuming content but never implementing. When you're living in rescue mode, you're operating from your wounded child, not your sovereign queen. Your subconscious believes that without external validation, you're not enough. This mindset creates a life of always learning, never doing, always planning, never launching, always dreaming, never becoming. Point 2 is soul sovereignty. The alternative isn't harsh self-reliance or toxic independence. It's what I call soul sovereignty, the art of becoming the author of your own life. Soul sovereignty means recognizing your intuition as your highest authority, understanding that discomfort is the currency of growth, and embracing responsibility as your superpower, not your burden. This transformation isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you've always been beneath the conditioning and fear. Point 3, the self-rescue blueprint. Most women struggle to break free because they're trying to think their way out of somatic pattern. Your body has memorized dependency. Your nervous system has cataloged every time external validation felt safer than self-trust. Here's your pathway back to sovereignty. Step 1 is radical responsibility. Take out a journal and list every area where you're waiting for rescue or permission. Then write one action you could take today to claim agency. Each time you choose action over waiting, you are literally rewiring your neural pathways. Step 2 is inner authority activation. Place one hand on your heart, one on your stomach. Ask yourself a question you've been seeking external answers for. Notice the sensations in your body. Tightness, expansion. These physical responses are your intuition speaking. Try an external noise fast for 1 week. No social media, no asking for opinions, just you and your inner guidance. Another way to go about this is imagining you are talking to your 86-year-old self. Ask your wiser self the questions and the permissions that you've always been wanting to get or hear, because I know you are giving amazing advice to all of your friends and family, so why not use that advice on yourself? Step 3 is divine discomfort practice. Identify the uncomfortable growth edge you've been avoiding. Instead of seeing it as something to escape, view it as a sacred threshold. Create a ritual around facing this discomfort. Light a candle, set an intention, and remind yourself that this discomfort is happening for you, not to you. The first step is always the scariest, but every step is easier after. Step 4 is embodied independence integration. Most women have a graveyard of abandoned commitments to themselves. Rebuild self-trust through the promise protocol. Make only promises you're 100% committed to keeping. Start absurdly small, like 5 minutes of meditation a day rather than 20 minutes. Then track your consistency and celebrate each promise kept. What gets rewarded often repeats. Step 5, legacy-driven action method. Write your own eulogy as if you lived your most authentic life. What would people say about the difference you made? Create momentum through the Legacy 15, just 15 minutes daily of one action that moves your mission forward. It might seem small to you now and that you're not making any real movement each day, but all of those moments add up over the course of a year. I know this path isn't always easy. I've walked it myself. There are moments when I desperately wanted someone to just tell me what to do, to validate my worth, to save me from the discomfort of becoming. But I promise you this, on the other side of that discomfort is a woman you barely recognize. One who creates from her essence, who trusts herself implicitly, who knows that her power was never lost, just temporarily forgotten. Remember, the woman you're becoming doesn't wait for perfect circumstances. She creates them from where she stands. She doesn't need external permission, she grants it to herself. She doesn't outsource her intuition, she strengthens it through use. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. What will you do with your one wild and precious life, now that you know no one is coming to write the story for you? If this message resonated, hit subscribe and join our Soul Sovereignty community. Leave a comment sharing one area where you are ready to claim your power. And if you're ready to go deeper, click the link in the description for my full guide. And until next time, remember, you weren't born to be saved, you were born to become.